Namaskar. Welcome to another episode of Editorial. I have always promised to you that I will bring topics, I will present topics in front of you that are relevant for a common Indian. I have always said that, regardless whether it is trending, not trending, regardless whether people would want to hear it or not hear it, I will continue doing my job. I will in front of you get topics which are relevant to common Indians. I intend to do the same today also. In the past couple of weeks, I have been seeing a lot of WhatsApp forwards and social media information, misinformation rather, wherein people talk about, why Hindus should come together, why Jago, Hindu Jago, and all those phrases. I've been hearing all that, I've been seeing all that, and I've been seeing a lot of misinformation that is floating around in India recently. I intend to break 4 such myths today in my editorial. Let's get right into the show. Okay, let's talk about the first myth. The first myth is MF Hussain got away after insulting Hindu god. Kuch nahi hua. Okay, in fact, the entire Islamic community and Islamic countries came together when there was somebody who said something against the Prophet, but MF Hussain got away by insulting Hindu gods. Okay, let's discuss that for a minute. When MF Hussain did those paintings from 2006, and mind you, 2006 was no BJP government. It was a Muslim appeasing Congress government, as people say it, or Congress or whatever people call them. That government, right? 2006 onwards, MF Hussain was almost living in exile. An exile that he had imposed on himself. In 2010, because he didn't have a choice, he had to take up Qatar's citizenship. He drew paintings which showed Hindu gods and goddesses in wrong light, insulted Hindu gods and goddesses, with what a lot of people say. He has his own justification, but all the same, I will not get into that today. He couldn't walk on the streets of this country. He couldn't go for a party. He couldn't go for a function because he was scared for his life. He couldn't do that. So you mean nothing happened to him? He had to go and die in London, but he took a citizenship of Qatar. Do you know, till the last day, people who are close to him, and it's all there in Google, till the last day, he wanted to come back to India and die. That was his wish. He was from Pandharpur in Maharashtra. He wanted to die in India. So all these people who say Jago, Hindu was Jagad even 500 years back. They don't require, think about it. This Gyanvyapi mosque and others, they say shivlings are there in mosque. The mosque should be broken because these were all Hindu temples. We went around in Ayodhya, believe me, for starters. Okay, even I as a Hindu would like to see a temple in Ayodhya, a Ram temple in Ayodhya. But I am not of the opinion of breaking something to build my Ram temple. That is not the that is not my Hinduism. That is not the Hinduism that I have learned. Let us be very clear on that. But that being said, as a Hindu, even I would like to see a Ram temple in Ayodhya. So we all spoke about that. Ram temple was built, mandir wahi banayenge, mandir ban gaya, bhavya mandir, and all that happened. Very good. Now we are saying no. Now we are saying there is shivling under most of the mosques. So one Gyanvyapi mosque, shivling, now they are questioning each and every mosque. Okay. So you saying that now the Hindus of India are vigil, they are awakened, and now they are fighting for their rights. Oh, acha, very good. Now you know what is fighting for their rights means? Fighting for their rights means fighting with anybody, not weak, not minority, but fighting with anybody for rights. Nanga Fakir called Mahatma Gandhi fought with one of the most powerful nations in the world, the colonial power called British, where they used to say that the sun doesn't set in British soil. Nanga Fakir fought against that colonial power, got them to their knees and got India freedom. That's fighting. Why am I saying this? I will tell you why am I saying this. Like we have Vishnu and the avatar of Vishnu, which is Rama. We also have Shiva. The Shivlings that we are fighting for, very correct, if we even had the courtesy, the guts to even discuss getting back Kailasha from China. Kailasha is where Shiv lives. The Shiva lives there. It is the abode of Lord Shiva. उसके लिए नहीं जाएगा because चाइना के साथ पंगा लेना थोड़ा प्रॉब्लम है. ठीक है, चाइना के साथ प्रॉब्लम. So what? Go there with behind that mosque. Go behind that mosque. There are few Muslims there, 15% population. Go and tell them, we'll take the mosque, we'll take that, and we become heroes. We are saying we fought for Hinduism. What kind of fight is this? Pray tell me. What kind of fight is this? What Hinduism are you fighting for? Do you think even the Lord sitting out there will be happy about this? His house is in China. China has taken it. That nobody is bothered to talk. So now let me talk to you another thing. You know, a lot of these Hindu, not leaders and all that, people who wear saffron today consider themselves to be Hindu leaders. So I don't want to talk much about them, but a lot of these political Hindu leaders, Hindutva leaders, let us put it that way. Hindutva leaders has been talking about Hindu women, which is so, I think, so misogynist. Hindu women producing more kids. They say Hindus should have 4 kids. Some people say give 1 to army, 1 to navy, and I don't know what all. But create more kids. Why? Otherwise, Muslims will take over the population. Muslims will be majority. Arey, what are you talking about? And there are people who write in their Facebook. I have got some very, very educated friends of mine who keep on, I block them, that's a different issue, keep on writing on my personal Facebook, you know, on their post, in their Facebook, sorry, where it comes to my, whatever, however that comes, but, you know, it comes to Facebook and they say, hey, you know, we should create more kids, we should not. Are you kidding me? Are you mad? More kids, matlab you will have more poor, downtrodden Hindu families. So 4 kids, 5 kids, you will not be able to feed those 4 kids, 5 kids, 10 kids. You will not be able to give them education. You will not be able to buy a good house. You will be poverty stricken. So what are these guys trying to create? More and more poor Hindus? Then tell me, in tomorrow's world where economy is going to be the key factor of power, you are making Hindus into a poor lot. What are you trying to do? Is that logic? Think about it. Think about it. People who randomly say 4 bacha, 6 bacha, and what are logic? 2 give there, 2 give here. These are kittens, puppies or what? Do udhar do idhar do idhar do. And people circulate that. That's the worst part. People circulate that. My last point that I wanted to make. By suppressing minorities, by suppressing other cultures, by suppressing other people, are we hoping to build a strong Hinduism, a strong Hindu religion in India? Are we hoping that? Are we not undermining the power of Hinduism, which withstood all the invasion, which withstood all the cultures that came and ruled over India and colonized India and invaded India? Are we not undermining Hinduism? Hinduism became stronger in the face of adversities. We as a religion became stronger. That's the uniqueness of Hinduism, I would say. That's the beauty of Hinduism. And people who have hardly studied Hinduism, who have hardly studied history, and some people who studied history, we saw movies where, you know, I don't need to say much there. Are you trying to say that, you know, you suppress minorities, you suppress other cultures, you ensure other cultures don't flourish in your country, and therefore Hinduism will be big? Wrong. Hinduism will not be big, because Hinduism believes in ensuring that every culture is allowed to grow. The concept of Hinduism is that Hinduism says that if you consider your neighbor as a neighbor, as somebody outsider, you have got a small mind. But if you consider your neighbor as your own, then you are a person with a magnanimous mind. This is what Hinduism says. Check your Vedas, check your Upanishads. This is what Hinduism says. So what Hinduism are you spreading without even having the knowledge, faintest knowledge about Hinduism? What Hinduism are you spreading? The reason I talk to you about this, like I said, it is important because you see, anything, economy, you can rework on your economy, you can resurrect your economy. If you've got people who are hungry, you can feed them. You can make your country so economically strong that you can feed your hungry, uplift your people who are below poverty line, uplift people. You can ensure that with good governance, you can ensure that people enjoy freedom of expression. You can enjoy that you can restore human rights to people if you have a good government. But believe me you, this communal divide is like a crack in a glass. If you crack it once, then it will be very, very difficult for you to repair it. Possibly that crack will never go. Believe me you, if we continue to allow this venom to spread, this communal hatred to spread, like I said, Mr. Nasruddin Shah said the other day, if you allow this to spread, we will transform into something that we will regret for the rest of our lives, that we allowed it to happen to our country and our people. Please don't allow this communal venom to spread. Please don't, because that is going to harm our future. That is going to harm our kids. That's going to harm our country in the future. And if you love your country, please do not spread communal venom. Please do not spread communal hatred. Please avoid channels that are spreading communal venom. Please avoid politicians and politics that spread communal hatred. Please avoid everything and anything, including cinemas and whatever, that spoils communal hatred, that spreads communal hatred. Please, for the sake of our country, for the sake of your child. Till I see you next time, that is tomorrow at 10. Namaskar.